It's the Wilk Report. I'm Uncle Wilk coming to you from Cleveland. We've got a bit of interesting news. Nothing really big with regards to Doctor Who Series 11, except a few updates. We've got BBC obviously keeping its cards close to its chest and going off the deep end, like I said last time, on trying to keep secrets, but the show is set to debut possibly sometime in October or maybe even September. Rumors and set photos, possibly confirmed by the new trailer. One story will be set in segregation-era America and deal with the true story of civil rights icon Rosa Parks, while another will be set in the 17th century and center on themes of witchcraft, probably including guest star Alan Cumming below as Stuart King's James I. This is according to Radio Times, by the way. Supposedly the new series will have a fairly even split between episodes set in the past, episodes set in the future, and episodes set on present-day Earth, with various storylines centering on Jodie Whittaker's companion's hometown of Sheffield. Based on the footage teased in the trailer, the team may visit some intriguing new worlds and locations, and meet some interesting characters along the way. And of course, they've got screenshots. They've got one of Chris Chibnall doing a discussion, then another featuring promotional art with Jodie Whittaker in her doctor costume. One question is, can I watch Jodie Whittaker's series if I haven't seen Doctor Who before? Chris Chibnall, the incoming head writer, says yes. If you've never seen Doctor Who or want to introduce your children or family and friends to it, this series is a perfect point to start. It was really important to me that there's no barrier to entry. You don't need to know about anything that's come before. In other words, it's a bit of a clean slate for the series, though the first trailer's anything to go by, there may still be some sneaky Easter eggs for longtime fans. And, so, gonna play the trailer here. And it's anyone's guess as to whether or not there's any sound. Alright, well, piss on that. Okay, so let's see if we can play this back. This is a thing on the new version of the Doctor Who theme tune. Because Murray Gold, who had been composing since the show was revived in 2005, announced his departure with Series 10. So they brought in someone new. His name is I'm going to try and pronounce it correctly here, Segun Aginola. Okay, so no hint on the new titles. Well, let's see. And here's a new Doctor Who logo, of course. So yeah, we're looking at a whole bunch of stuff going on here. There are about 10 episodes plus a Christmas special. So yeah, a lot shorter than previous seasons. First episode of Series 11 will be 65 minutes long, while the subsequent adventures will take place over 50-minute installments. Okay, new Doctor's costume, as you can see through the graphic here. She's kind of got like this Mork from Ork shirt and suspenders, some kind of like blue-green pants, long gray overcoat. It looks okay. I mean, I might get used to it. If you notice the TARDIS exterior in the background, gone is the St. John ambulance badge that had been on the TARDIS door since Series 5 in 2010. And the sign on the opposite door is back to being black with white lettering as opposed to white with black lettering. So, yeah, it looks like they're going back to some older school designs and incorporating some new stuff. So this will be pretty interesting. Now, going back to BBC going off the deep end. Let me get this shit off here. Sorry about that. There's a... Below you could see there was a pop-up at the bottom. I hate stuff like that. But yeah, they've got... Yeah, sorry, having browser issues here. Yeah, like I said, just kind of following up on my last episode, BBC is going after Twitter and Microsoft to try and uncover the leaker behind Doctor Who. And like I said, this is just completely stupid. It's insane, and there's really no rhyme or reason to doing this. It's a clip, and an unfinished one at that. I mean, there's really no reason to keep going to these extremes. I mean, if you go over to Dr. Freedom's channel, he explains on how this is similar to what CBS used to do to vendors at Star Trek conventions. So yeah, it's just completely and totally unnecessary. Now, The Verge reports that YouTube gave The Nun the best viral marketing campaign it could hope for. YouTube has removed an ad for The Nun, an upcoming horror film, for violating its violent and shocking content policy. As reported by Polygon, the unskippable ad was so upsetting that a tweet warning users against it went viral, racking up more than 135,000 retweets. YouTube doesn't allow promotions that are likely to shock or scare on its service, and the ad is unquestionably a cheap yet effective jump scare. Its angle is clever, playing on how we consume trailers today on our computers, phones, and tablets. A volume icon appears on screen, ticking down and up before a shrieking nun appears suddenly. The internet, YouTube in particular, have long acted as a place for trolls and pranksters to spring jump scares on unsuspecting users. According to Know Your Meme, videos like this have been circulating since at least 2003, when one user released a cutesy cartoon that ends with a flashing face and a high-pitched scream. A particularly infamous jump scare involves a car making its way through a peaceful green scene before a screamer lurches into the frame. The Nun is a film that looks fine. Okay, so let's see. Okay, that's actually nothing too horrible. I don't know why YouTube is doing this, but yeah. Okay, so moving on. And waiting for my browser to load. Sorry about that. Yeah, Chris Pratt says it's not an easy time after James Gunn got fired. And this is on EW.com. He and the cast, who've worked with Gunn since the first Guardians film from 2014, had released a joint statement that supported the filmmaker, and Pratt wrote on Instagram he would personally like to see Gunn reinstated, but as reports suggest that isn't likely to happen. Pratt addressed why the situation is complicated in a new interview with the Associated Press. "We all love James and he's a good friend of ours, but we also really love playing the Guardians of the Galaxy," he said. "It's a complicated situation for everybody." Now, yeah, I wish Chris Pratt would actually go that extra mile and say, look, if James Gunn isn't brought back or if his screenplay is not used, then I'm gone. Dave Bautista already threw down the gauntlet on that. So, personally, I think he needs to stop being a bit of a coward and just say, look, stop pulling this shit, grow up, hire him back. It's not like, we're not dealing with Les Moonves here, who goes ahead and actually commits sexual assault and still has a job. So, personally, I say enough already. Hire him back, or at least use his screenplay. Now, James Bond is a topic I brought up last time, and there's a new poll that reveals UK's favorite actor choice to replace Daniel Craig is 007. The incumbent James Bond doesn't start shooting his fifth and final outing until December, but talk is already red hot concerning who will replace him. Of course, in reality, Bond producer Barbara Broccoli won't be auditioning actors until 2020 at the very least. Nevertheless, 1,000 UK fans have been polled on Odeon for which actor they would like to see take up the license to kill after Craig. And Idris Elba, the bookies' favorite, came top with 26% of the vote, with Tom Hardy at a close second with 22%. Thing is, though, Idris Elba says he, don't believe the hype. Tom Hardy, he's okay, but he's pushing 40. And then they've got Tom Hiddleston, Aidan Turner, James Norton. Now, Aidan Turner, if you're not familiar with him, he was in the Hobbit trilogy, playing one of the dwarves. He also was one of the feature actors in the BBC series Being Human, where he played a vampire. So he could feasibly do it. Personally, I wouldn't mind having Matt Smith or Arthur Darvill playing the role. Possibly even David Tennant. I mean, I don't know. David Tennant is actually getting up in years. He's like 46, 47. So, I don't know. Personally, I don't think that Tom Hardy would really be right for the role. What do you think? Feel free to let me know in the comments. And finally, Ewan McGregor says there are no plans for Obi-Wan Star Wars movie starring him. And this is according to GameSpot.com. With rumors swirling about a new Star Wars spin-off focused on Obi-Wan Kenobi, actor Ewan McGregor, who played the character in episodes 1 through 3, has again spoken up to say he'd be up for it. Appearing on The View, McGregor said he would totally do it, but as of yet, he says he knows nothing about any such project happening. Yes, I would totally do it, he said via IGN. There's no plans as such to do it, as far as I know. I would be happy to do it. I think there must be a good story to tell as they're doing spin-offs. McGregor said it would be interesting for a movie to tell Obi-Wan's story between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. Intriguingly, and that's the timeline that emerged in a recent report, which would have also have appeared on GameSpot.com. You can follow the link. It's entirely possible that Disney is moving forward with an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. A rumor said it will begin production in 2019 and that McGregor won't play the lead role. Disney has not made any official announcements about an Obi-Wan movie. And to be perfectly honest, I think that there probably isn't going to be much demand for an Obi-Wan movie at this point, because there's really not. I mean, to the extent that there is a demand, that's pretty much the only thing that fans are really asking for right now, other than possibly a Boba Fett movie. But considering the clusterfuck that Disney has made of the Star Wars franchise, I just don't see it happening. So, but we'll see what happens. So anyway, that's pretty much it. If you like what you heard, please feel free to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to receive updates on new content. And feel free also to support us on Patreon, link below. This is Michael Wilk for the Wilk Report saying take care, good night, I'm out.